Hi everyone, my name is Destiny, and for my presentation, I will be discussing about Agent Orange. Agent Orange was a powerful herbicide chemical weapon that was being used during the Vietnam War to help get rid of forests because of how much soldiers were not adapting to it and how difficult it was getting through the Vietnamese forest because of how much it was covered. It has different names such as Agent Orange 1, Agent Orange 2, Agent Orange 3, and Super Orange. So a little backstory of the Vietnam War, which began in 1954 till 1973. It was when communism was threatened to be spread across the country by northern Vietnam and wanted to expand it to southern Vietnam, thinking that it would be a great idea to do so and see if they would like it. However, they didn't, and so a war had begun. Out of fear, they asked the US for help. Later on during the war, John F. Kennedy, the president at the time in 1961, decided to approve for the US military to use a herbicide chemical which began the use of Agent Orange by Operation Ranch Hands, thinking that the war will end. What's in Agent Orange? Agent Orange has a chemical called 2378 tetrachlorodibenzoyl-dioxin, but it was just known as dioxin or TCDD. It was extremely toxic to animals or to anyone that was surrounded by the area of when Operation Ranch Hand was spreading the chemicals. However, the side effects to Agent Orange was very harmful to anyone that was in the surrounding area of when it was being spread. It would cause liver problems, birth defects, suppresses the immune system, and causes the risk of developing several types of cancer in people. Not only was it harmful for humans, but it was also harmful for animals as well. How has the environmental influenced society? It affected millions of lives in Vietnam because of how powerful Agent Orange was, and it pretty much destroyed everything in its path. For example, forest causes deforestation, soil erosion, and it also changes in local climates. It was also very deadly in lakes and ponds, making it unsafe to fish because of the levels of dioxin in the riverbeds or in lake bottoms, making lakes and ponds contaminated for decades. Until this day, you still are not allowed to fish in Bien Hoa and Da Nang. How has society influenced the environment? Agent Orange is now legal in the US and is not allowed to be sold or transported after the first month of Earth Day. The military did decide to discontinue Agent Orange in Vietnam because of how deadly it was and how it affected millions of lives, and it was banned. Vietnam decided to try to restore the forward loss and make sure the US had helped clean up the mess by financially supporting them. Vietnam has also engaged in programs to help restore the mangrove swamps. Until this day, some of the forests have not grown back after being contaminated by Agent Orange. Not only were Vietnam were affected, but the U.S. as well because of how angry they were with how they destroyed millions of lives, and also how soldiers were being treated back when they came home. But that's a little bit of a history of the Vietnam War. This is my works cited, so this is where I get my information from. Most of them from history.com, and I do have an image linked in above. Well, Thank you for listening to my presentation.